Hello guys, as we know that series wise we have been revising of all the UPSC question which has been already asked by UPSC. So let's have this the questions is coming from, of course, in the constitution. So here see question, this is already asked in 1995. Which one of the following is extra constitutional? So extra constitutional, of course, as we know that National Development Council, but it is of course especially it's extra constitutional. General Council, as we know that this is of course by the amendment, especially it was passed. So see, extra constitutional for securing the cooperation and the coordination between the state, which will be answered here. So definitely 1 and 2 is going to, but interstate council is your constitutional body, remind with us. So 1 and 2 we have option 1 on the choice, but 3 can be also considered, but because it's not the mention of the constitution by amendment, it was passed in the 74th, so that's why it should be included here also, but option we have only one A, so we will go with the. Why interstate council cannot be? Because as we know, interstate council is a constitutional body, because that is clearly defined in the article of the 263, so this shouldn't be included, my dear. Now second one, which one of the following are the matter on which of the constitutional amendment is possible only with the ratification of the legislature of the not less than 1/2 of the state? This the question is already asked in 1995. So election of the president, second one, representation of the state in the parliamentary list in the 7th schedule, and abolition of the legislature council. So which one? Yes, here question once again, yes, amendment is possible with only ratification of the legislature of not less than half of the state. So yes, election of the president, that can be representation of the, of course, representation of the state in the parliamentary, that can be also correct, and of course list in the 7th. But abolition of the legislature council is not. So A, we will give the answer here. Why? Because if we talks about the article 169, abolition of legislature, legislative council of the state doesn't need, yes, ratification of not less than, yes, half, not less than 1/2 of the state. So that's why we will eliminate of that 4 option. So definitely A will be correct answer here. Remind with us, of course, there is A is absolutely, B is also representation from the state in the parliament, and the list in the 7th schedule, that is also correct. Now third number, C, council of the state and the house of the people, not more than 250 member, and not more than here 552, not more than here 3. I'm the 238, and not more than in especially House of the People 530, of course, and the representative of the state and the union territory, not more than, not representative of the state, yes, plus not more than 2 nominated Anglo-Indian acts. So here the question is arising, which one of the following, yes, will fit in the place of the acts here? Fit. Now let's try to the options. See, minister who are not the member of the parliament, but who have to get themselves elected to the either house of the parliament within 6 months after this, not the more than, of course, 20 nominated the member. No, that is also incorrect, because not the more than 20 representative of the union territory, that is absolutely, because here is the talking that's not more than, see, representative of the state plus not more than 2 nominated Anglo committee plus 20, of course, from the union territory. So definitely C will be here the correct answer, not more than 20 representative of the union territory. in the House of course, a House of the People. It has been there, of course. So that's why, because as we know, when we're talking about the 81 article, it has been clearly defined. Now for the number question, see, sorry, who among the following have the right to the vote in election to both Lok Sabha? Yeah, of course, the Rajya Sabha. The parliament, of course, who is the having, of course, who is the having to right to vote, of course, in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha both. So elected member of the lower house of the parliamentary, no. Elected member of the upper houses of the parliamentary, not at all. Elected member of the upper houses. Upper houses means Rajya Sabha and the lower houses means, of course, we count that Lok Sabha. So lower houses of elected member of lower houses of the state legislature having, of course, remind you that elected member of the lower house of the state legislature is having right to vote in a Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha both, because it has been clearly defined under the 81 article and, of course, and 80. This the provision has been given under the article of course, in the 80 and the 81. Now, which one of the following state of India doesn't have legislative council even, of course, through the Constitution 7 Amendment Act 1956 provided for it. So this the question is asked in the 1995. So there should be no doubt that MP is because why it show because they are the only 5 states with the bicameral legislature, as we know that. So what are the state? UP, this can be, of course, UP, Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka and J&K, Jammu Kashmir. Once again I repeat, of course, there are only 5 states with bicameral legislature and India legislative assembly as well as legislative council. Means where there is a legislative assembly as well as a legislative council both. So UP, Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Jammu Kashmir, not MP. So answer will be here asking that doesn't have. So D will be correct answer. Next, 156 article of the constitutions provide that the governor shall hold the office for the term of the 5 years from the date on which he enter upon his office. Which of the following can be, of course, deduced from this? No governor shall be removed from office till completion of his term. Second one's, no governor can continue in office beyond the 5 years. So which one is going to correct? See, as we know, both are incorrect because why if we talk about the 156 article 1, as we know, they provide that the governor of course shall hold the office during the pleasure of the president and before that's why therefore can be removed from the office by the president anytime. So termination of the, of course, governor office can be terminated anytime, of course, because it has been clearly defined. The governor shall hold the office during the pleasure of the president. Totally depend on the pleasure of the president, and that's why especially therefore can be removed from the office by the president anytime. So absolutely the statement 1 is incorrect and the second one also is incorrect. Why? Because 156(3) article, of course, and the governor shall continue to hold the office until his successor assume his office. So that's why, of course, which one? D will be correct answer here. 6. Now, what is not explicitly stated in the Constitution of India but is followed as a convention. So see, Minister of the Finance, Finance Minister is to be the member of the lower houses. The Prime Minister has to resign if he loses the majority in the lower houses, of course. Absolutely correct in this one, because this is not explicit in the state in the Constitution, but we have in the following, as we know. So if the Prime Minister loses, especially Prime Minister will have to, of course, the Prime Minister has to resign anyhow if he lose, of course, the majority in the lower houses. So, I mean, B will be here the correct answer. Why it shows that because as well the Prime Minister resigns if he loses the majority in the houses of the convention. Not the mention of the constitution as we know, but the convention are unwritten practice which are of course the binding on the three organ of the state. Now, 8 number C. Which one of the following is the part of the electoral college for the president but not form for his impeachment? Means simple, which are the part of the electoral college for president but not for impeachment. Lok Sabha, that can be of course the Rajya Sabha, that can be a state legislative council, that can be a state legislative assembly, it can be or not. So see, 8 number is going to be a D. A state legislative assembly is having to vote of course but not vote in impeachment, of course, in electoral college for the president, of course, it will vote, but not for impeachment. But for impeachment, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and state legislative council member, they will, of course, participate there. So answer will be here D. Now 9 number. Why it is so? Because see further for further explanation of the 8 number, of course I can say that why it's a D, because in article, according to article, in a way that is suitable for the article 54 electoral college of the president, yes, includes elected the member of the lower houses, of course, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and the Legislative Assembly, of course, under the article of the 61, the member of the state legislative assembly don't part in the process of impeachment of the president. That has been clearly defined. So that's why we have to eliminate of that, won't we? Yes, participate in that. Here is asking that not for impeachment. So D, no doubt of. Now, which one of the following a statement about the duties of the Prime Minister is correct? C is free to choose his minister only from among the member of the houses of parliament, not unnecessary. Absolutely wrong. They can choose his cabinet after the consulting the President of India. No. Has the full discretion in the choice of the person, yes, who are to serve as the minister in his cabinet. Of course, definitely. So she will be absolutely correct, because D is wrong. Why it shows? Because it has only limited power in the choice of his cabinet colleague because of their discretionary power based on the president of India. No. So definitely I mean the 9 is going to be a correct C. Why it shows? Because of course the Prime Minister complete discretion to choose the minister in the cabinet is not necessary for who are especially 2 houses of the parliamentary, but they can also choose any other person. For example, Arun Jaitley was chosen by, of course, I mean the Prime Minister, and other times who was not the member of especially the parliamentary. So that's why he can choose the Prime Ministers that have the power, of course. So the Prime Minister has complete discretion to choose the minister in the cabinet. Not necessary from the 2 houses of the parliamentary, but can also choose any other person. This person should become member of the either houses, of course, in the parliamentary within the 6 months from the that he enters in the office. So thank you for watching this video tutorial, guys, for UPSC, and next video tutorial, of course, we will because as we have been revising all the question by series wise. So this is the first video of the constitution video tutorial, and second video tutorial, of course, we will start from, of course, 10 to I'm the 20. So day by day, of course, on daily basis, 10 questions we will practice. Of course, we will whole syllabus complete of constitutions. So thank you. Of course, I would like to request To all of UPSC aspirant my dears, that's if my video is benefiting to you in any way, then please like and subscribe and share also my channel, so that and that will really inspire to me to make more and more video that will be really of course beneficial for your preparation of the UPSC. Thank you guys.